I'm standing at the kitchen counter with my phone face down because the headline I just saw is heavy. You've probably seen versions of it too. The card that claims other groups of women will do anything to protect their men except black women. I won't amplify the exact words here, but you know the gist. The kettle ticks louder. I take one breath and talk to you like you're across the table. Here's the truth: sweeping claims like that feel satisfying because they turn pain into a simple story. But simple isn't the same as accurate, and it definitely isn't the same as useful. If we actually want safety, family strength, and dignity, we have to move smarter than a viral post. First, let's ask a clean question. What does protect our men even mean? If it means silence around abuse, that's not protection, that's enabling. If it means shielding boys and men from systems that target them unfairly, getting them home safe, keeping them in school, connecting them to jobs and mentors, defending their name when rumors run wild, then yes, that's real protection. And I can point to countless black women, mothers, sisters, aunties, organizers, teachers, who do this every single day and have done it for generations. If your neighborhood has ever run on one grandmother's phone tree, if your school kept a young man from dropping out because a counselor would not let go, if a stranger stepped between a cop and a teenager and said, "He's with me," you've seen protection. It just doesn't trend because everyday heroism rarely does. The text thread buzzes. I silence it and keep going. The heat behind that viral idea comes from real hurt. Some men feel criticized or abandoned. Some women feel unappreciated, blamed, or expected to clean up every mess while being called disloyal for saying no. Everybody is carrying a story. Algorithm math rewards outrage, and the loudest pain gets the biggest megaphone. That's how we end up mistaking a microphone for a mirror. But we do not build power by fighting straw men of each other. We build by facing what's true, fixing what we can, and refusing to throw our own people away online for sport. There's a second problem with the claim. It treats other groups like they are monoliths of harmony while painting black women as uniquely combative. That's fantasy. Every community on earth argues about gender, duty, and respect. Every culture debates how to balance accountability and loyalty. You just don't hear their fights because your feed doesn't speak their language and their mess isn't your algorithm. So be careful when you compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. Now, I know there's another sentence floating around that says, "Our people need to get our act together and stop acting wild." Here's how I translate that into something we can actually use. We need more discipline, more dignity, and fewer public meltdowns that make us easy to caricature. Discipline looks like showing up on time, keeping our word, lowering our voice instead of raising it, saving money, training our bodies, mastering a craft, and refusing to let anger make us sloppy. Dignity looks like speaking about each other with the same respect we demand from the outside world. That's not respectability politics, that's strategy. Disorder is always built to our account first. So we do the boring things like scheduling, planning, and following through because that's how families get safer and neighborhoods get stronger. I pick up my keys and head down the stairs to the corner shop for bread because life doesn't pause for these talks. As I walk, I want to make the conversation practical. If protection is the goal, what are the moves? Move 1, stop talking about millions of people as if they share one mind. Trade the sentence, "Black women don't protect black men," for "I felt unprotected when." Describe the moment, not the entire gender. Specific stories can be healed, stereotypes can't. Move 2, correct in private, praise in public. If you care about a man's reputation, your brother, partner, friend, or son, disagree with him off camera first. If he heard you and changed, tell that story louder than the mistake. Protection doesn't mean pretending he never did wrong. It means you help him do right and you help the world see the growth. Move 3, build a small shield wall. 3 to 5 people, men and women, who agree on a simple charter. No mutual slander, rapid conflict resolution, emergency help on call, and honest feedback without humiliation. Share opportunities, not just opinions. A shield wall is stronger than a solo lecture. Move 4. Invest in mechanisms, not moods. Men's groups that meet weekly, childcare swaps, court date carpools, ride home rosters after late shifts, Skillshare Saturdays, a hotline for introductions to mentors and therapists. Protection becomes normal when systems are routine. Move 5. Enforce boundary law. Protecting black men never means protecting violence. If a man is harming people, the protective thing is to stop him, not to shield him. That might mean intervention, professional help, or if necessary, the law. Loyalty without accountability is a trap. Accountability with dignity is love in action. A delivery bike zips past and a car horn snaps me out of my thoughts. Another pressure shows up in the form of a cousin's message lighting the screen. You see that post? They wildin'. I type back, I saw it. Let's turn heat into structure. The cashier hands me change. I head back and keep talking to you because this is where narratives either harden or heal. Here's what I want men to hear. Leadership isn't a throne, it's a thermostat. If you want to feel protected, set a temperature that makes protection easy. Keep your word. Tell the truth. Manage your impulses. Make a plan. Share your plan. Ask for help early, not after the explosion. If you fail, own it fast. When men move with steadiness, women don't have to choose between loyalty and safety. You make loyalty the logical move. Here's what I want women to hear. Your discernment is a superpower. Use it not to broadcast every flaw, but to decide where your energy multiplies good outcomes. If a man is courageous, responsible, and coachable, your belief becomes fuel. If he's reckless and refuses counsel, your belief becomes kindling. Choose wisely. Belief is precious. Don't pour it where it burns you. Both messages run on the same principle. People protect what they help build. So give each other a role in the building. Men, invite women into the blueprint. Here's what I'm building this quarter. Here's where I'm weak. Here's the deadline. Here's the scoreboard. Women, stake out a lane that matters to you. Finances, education, logistics, health, and lead there. When we track progress together, arguments turn into adjustments. I set the bread on the counter and take a quiet second. No music, no notifications, just breath. Hurt has been passed down for a long time. It didn't start with us and it won't end in one video, but we can change what leaves our mouth today. I think of all the small moments nobody sees. An auntie paying a traffic ticket, a girlfriend editing a resume, a sister sending a location pin until he gets home safe, a woman who refuses to let a judge write a young man off because she came with documents and dates and a steady voice. That is protection. It's not always glamorous and it rarely goes viral, but it builds a life. Before I close, a quick word on the original post that sparked this. When you encounter a message that pits black men and black women against each other, ask 3 questions. Who profits from this fight? What data would confirm or challenge the claim? What is one constructive action I can take in the next hour that makes my people safer, smarter, or more employable? The goal is not to win a comment section. The goal is to win tomorrow. Here's my action right now in the open. I pick up my phone, open the family and friends group chat, and type, tonight 7 p.m. on Zoom, topic, how we protect one another without enabling harm. Bring one example of protection you've given or received, and one specific ask you have for the group this week. Link in 5, then I press send.